Hey, it's your platform partner, your hustling homie, Jackson, all about helping you take the action to take your life to the next level. This video, I want to talk with you about XRP. Yes, Ripple. I want to talk about the XRP coin and why I feel as though it is one of the best potential insurance plans in the cryptocurrency space to protect yourself. Now, before I go into XRP, I want to say this is first, subscribe to the page, comment, notifications, turn all that stuff on. I love you for it. 2, drink some water. Thank God, because today's a beautiful day and you're here. And 3, I want to remind you, I'm not your financial advisor. This is just entertainment and a little bit of conversation based on stuff I see that's happening. But you got to make your own decisions, because you got to understand that crypto is very risky and you don't take advice from somebody on YouTube, okay? With that being said, let's go into XRP. Now, first and foremost, I want to thank all of the new subscribers that's coming onto this page. We got more information that's going to be dropping about real estate, investing, about just keeping your life healthy, etc. But we got to drop the crypto content because right now it's the #1 growing asset. And a lot of people don't like XRP in the crypto space. They don't like XRP because it's working with bankers, it's working with, and then it's the new SEC. A friend of mine said, hold on, Ripple was at 50 cents and they bought it at 50 cents, and then they saw the price drop down to 20, and they say, man, they sold everything. They say, Jackson, I don't understand why people are buying this stuff. And I said, well, no one told you to buy it at that expensive price, and no one damn sure didn't tell you to sell it at that cheap of a price. So you got to be more responsible, but that comes with the process of learning how to, about the crypto space. Prices could be very volatile. But here's the deal. In this video, I want to share with you another YouTuber's channel that I think he's really dedicated to the XRP market. His name is The Bearable Bull. And, you know, feel free to subscribe to his page. And in this video, here's his page here. I'm just going to kind of play some of his video here that he posted about XRP, how it won't be declared a security. And I'm going to just comment a little bit about, you know, what he's saying and just kind of give you some of my thoughts, and hopefully it can be a learning experience. So with that being said, let's get going.
Now, with that being said, a quick perspective builder to start off this video before we get into the meat and potatoes.
Grammarly helps make your writing clear
Look
and concise,
at that.
no matter
the
where
video.
you are.
So as soon as we get started, here come the ads.
Ladies
right?
and gentlemen, first,
Forgive me for that ad, y'all. Let's get it going.
Brian Brooks, the head of the OCC, stated, DeFi is coming. The banking system and the rest of us need to get ready for DeFi. We understand how Brian Brooks has used Ripple and XRP talking points before. And it just so happens that as Flare and Spark are beginning to be birthed, ready to bring DeFi to the XRP ecosystem, Brian Brooks has stated this. We are towards the end of that 6 to 8 week time frame Brian Brooks stated for regulatory clarity. I think Brian Brooks may be coming out with some important clarity on DeFi. That is, of course, speculation, but we must.
So like he said, it's very speculation. I want you to understand all of the stuff that this guy talks about in his video is all speculation. It's, you know, we're taking information based on stuff that different folks are posting on Twitter as well as the news, and we kind of just come and doing some critical thinking. But it's speculation. All of this stuff isn't total facts. So again, take this all with a grain of salt. But it is very important that if you don't know anything about decentralized finance, what that is it's major. DeFi, for those who don't know, we're dealing with the derivatives market. We're dealing with banking systems, with the traditional banking systems, the way that the wealthy people invest, whether it be stocks or derivatives or earning yield on your money. That's over a $50 trillion industry, and it is coming to DeFi. In the past, in August of 2020, it was present in Ethereum. So people had to buy Ethereum in order to get into DeFi. Other tokens like Matic, tokens like Synthetics, and many ban protocol, I believe. No, ban is an oracle, but many other DeFi coins that exist, people had to get them, and it caused the price of Ethereum to go up. Negative part about it is Ethereum was not a good place because the fees got really high and the system slowed down. So if XRP just released this Flare token, and it's going to help with scaling DeFi, this is major because it's going to solve a lot of problems and it can grow very, very fast. Just another reason to have XRP.
Be prepared for what may be about to come. Stay tuned and keep this in your minds. In addition, guys, some news that may not hit very well for some of you. Brian Brooks apparently is expected to leave the agency by the end of the week, according to people familiar with the matter. However, someone from the OCC, the Deputy Comptroller for the Public Affairs at the OCC, stated that this story is not necessarily true and cannot be confirmed as of yet. So we have to keep this in mind and stay tuned for it. I don't have a crystal ball and cannot foresee the future, but Brian Brooks has been an important player for bringing clarity, and I think we all need to keep this on our radar.
Okay, I want you to understand, guys, that Ripple could really explode. I mean, right now with this SEC lawsuit, price dropped down to 20 cents. Right now it's probably 30 cents. This coin is very undervalued. I mean, Ripple can easily, if there wasn't a lawsuit, easily be $2, over $2. I mean, this coin could, once this lawsuit is over, it can definitely eventually grow to not even $2. It might grow way above that really, really fast. You know, the fact that you're restricting it and they making it where people can't even get it. Hey, I'm going to tell you right now, anything that's scarce and hard to get to, that might be the move right there. Why everybody else is afraid, that's when you got to be greedy. I'm not telling you what to do, but I'm just telling you how big investors think. So it's something to consider if you, as a hedge.
Next up, guys, an important piece of information you should all be aware of from Market Watch. Negative interest rates can provide significant stimulus, and this was stated by an official at the Bank of England. The Bank of England has been an important piece of the puzzle as far as XRP adoption is concerned. Remember, guys, the Bank of England had a proof of concept with Ripple back in 2017. Also remember, Brexit is here. Brexit has a transition period. Brexit could disrupt $200 billion in derivatives trading. Brexit. A massive geopolitical event that we should all keep in our radar, and I will be doing a deeper dive later tonight.
Now, I want you all to really consider, with all of the money that's tied into Ripple, meaning the relationships, we're talking about derivatives, we're talking about 80% of Ripple's, or should I say XRP, is being used outside of the United States. So don't limit yourself to only think about the SEC in the United States. Well, that is important, okay? But don't overlook the fact that XRP is hiring, they're doing more business than ever, and even if I'm talking about, we got the potential of tens of trillions of dollars flooding into XRP, mainly with the relationships that currently exist, especially with the fact that XRP is scalable. So at a coin that is listed at under $1, has a market cap of about $10 billion, so a pretty large market cap, but it has so much more room to grow if we're talking trillions of dollars. Bitcoin, I love it. Ethereum, I love it. Unfortunately, neither one of them can handle a large scale transactions for derivatives as well as a financial platform for the immediate future. Unfortunately, it's just the truth. It's just the truth. Okay, let's let the bearable bull talk some more.
On a lot of things correlated in London, please stay tuned for that Blade price appreciation move. It's a follow on YouTube, as they have been discussing this Ripple case from the perspective of a lawyer. It's very important. And now, let's listen to a professional opinion. I think you're going to like where this one goes.
Okay, guys, so hold on. There's an ad really quick. Let me get rid of this ad so we can keep going directly into the video. All right,
Stare decisis means that the exact same issues don't have to be relitigated. Now, that sounds bad for XRP, right? Wrong. To understand why this is, we need to take a deeper dive into the actual lawsuit against Ripple. Now, let's take a look. And what did I tell you earlier about reviewing a lawsuit? Start at the end and look at the prayer for relief and see exactly what the plaintiff is asking for. So let's take a look. Roman numeral 1, the SEC asks for an order that Ripple stops selling XRP. That is primarily what is being asked for. 2, the SEC asks for disgorgement, which is a gross-sounding way of saying giving back the money made by the sale of XRP. Now, who would the money be disgorged to? The buyers of XRP. Now, the third request is essentially the same as the first, and Roman numeral 4 is again asking for money, this time as a penalty. Now, when I read the prayer for relief a second time this weekend, something jumped out at me, and that is under federal law, you can request something called a declaratory judgment, and a declaratory judgment requests or asks for an order clarifying something. Like you can ask for a declaratory judgment clarifying a contractual provision, immigration court, you can clarify an individual's legal status, or in this case, possibly a declaration that XRP is a security and not a currency. So I looked at it and I said, where's the request for a declaratory judgment in the Ripple lawsuit? It's not there. Now, understand that in a lawsuit, a judge cannot grant something that is not requested. The omission of a request for declaratory judgment tells me that the SEC is not after XRP. They don't want, for whatever reason, something saying XRP is a security. All they want is to punish or maybe to enforce the law as to Ripple and the other two defendants. In other words, the effect of a verdict in this case will be minimal as to XRP. In fact, it would have almost no effect whatsoever, except as to how it affects Ripple. So, our worst case scenario has now gotten much better, I think. But as you know, my thesis on the situation is that Ripple would be smart and want to reach a settlement, and that a trial and a verdict is not likely. So I thought to myself, well, what would a settlement look like? Because I always want to dig deeper in these things. So in my practice, if I was advising a client, I would try to find prior settlements between persons like my client and the plaintiff. And guess what? We have a settlement we can look at in the public record in the case of SEC versus Paragon Coin. And let's go ahead and take a look. Now, the Paragon Coin case was much more of a slam dunk case than the Ripple case, of course. There wasn't much of a fight that the defendants apparently put up, or they didn't really have the resources. I'm not sure, but it was a completely different situation than the Ripple litigation. So let's look at the settlement that was reached first. In paragraph 50B, the defendant is required to set up claim forms for people who bought the Paragon coins so that the profits could be paid back to them and have those claims monitored by the SEC. Next, jumping down to paragraph A, the settlement orders that Paragon Inc. sees violating the securities laws. Part B there requires the payment of penalties in the amount of $250,000. Again, just like in the Ripple lawsuit, there is nothing here that would be seen as a declaration or anything creating any precedent as to whether XRP out in the wild is a currency. It only reflects what Paragon did and mainly requires them to stop that activity and give back the money that was made. Now, the big question is, what effect would a verdict or settlement that looks like this have on Ripple? And perhaps more importantly, what effect would it have on XRP, its value and its usage? And I'm very sorry, but I am not qualified to answer that question. I know I'm disappointing you, but I'm sure with someone with more knowledge of Ripple and the XRP community can jump in and answer that question for me. So someone out there, lend me a hand. But it's not that bad a result. And if it's not that bad a result, why the drama? Why did the coin price just drop by over 50%? And finally, one more super interesting issue. Briefly, stay with me on this one. This is good. My understanding is that Ripple still holds almost 60% of the XRP coins that exist. If there is a settlement or verdict, there is a chance that Ripple will not be allowed to release the coins as they have been doing in the past. And it's actually within the court's power to order that they not be allowed to release the coins at all. So just a quick question for anyone with a better understanding of XRP and Ripple than myself. What would happen if at the end of this process, if Ripple survives in some form and XRP survives, but Ripple is not allowed to do anything with the billions of coins that it holds, What if the supplies that's out there right now will be all there ever is?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, that video right there should make all of you feel a lot better about what's going on. There was so much fear, uncertainty, and doubt initially when that lawsuit dropped. But the more we look into it and the more we continue to see events unfolding before our very eyes, the more we realize it's not as bad as we all thought it could be.
I really believe that when it comes to XRP, I believe it's too big to fail. If this does come down to just the company Ripple coming to a settlement, right now XRP could be worth well over $2. So with that being said, as we move forward, this is a coin that, yes, it is risky, but sometimes the higher the risk, the higher return. You got to make a decision on what you think is best for you, how much risk you're going to take. I don't see why, a good 500 coins or so, which is a few $100, $200-300. I don't see how that hurts to have that. But again, your financial situation, so be smart. Do what you think is right. But I think this XRP is something to laugh about, and laugh on the way to the bank too. When I say laugh, I mean in a good way. Have fun. So with that being said, subscribe to the page. We'll talk a little bit more in the future with other videos.